Hey Grace family, and welcome back to our midweek check-in. Hey, so last Sunday, Jimmy Bollinger walked us through Joshua chapter 2, and we looked at the story of Rahab and the spies, and he kind of boiled it down to the big idea that faith in God conquers fear of circumstances. One of the things that he had us do in the application time, he simply asked the question, what is your biggest fear? And we got to pray through that and process through that and give that over to the Lord. And so I kind of wanted to do with you in the middle of your week is just let you know a little bit of what I've been processing and what I did with that in my own walk, and maybe bring some encouragement to you. But as I begin to kind of have a conversation about what my biggest fear is, I thought to myself, what is it that my fears drive me to? You know, when I am in moments that I'm fearful, or I am in moments that I feel afraid, what does it drive me to do? Am I driven to try to pretend like it's not a reality, maybe to put on a game or some entertainment, or get my phone out and have some screen time, just pretend like it's not there? Or maybe it's a thing of comfort, where I'm turning to people, to friends, to family, even to food or things to just kind of comfort in those moments of fear. And so I wanted to encourage you this week is, let's not be a people who allow fear to drive us to the things of this world, but let's be a people who, when the fear hits, it drives us back to God's Word. That's actually one of the verses Jimmy shared in the middle of his sermon that I just wanted to reread with you in the middle of your week. If it is faith in God that conquers fear of circumstances, how do we let that faith grow? Where does that faith come from? So this is Romans 10 and verse 17. It says, so faith comes from hearing, and hearing through the word of Christ. And if that's true, and we know it is, then when the fears of the world hit, we need to be a people where those fears drive us to God's Word rather than the fears driving us to the things of this world. So hopefully that's a help to you. We live in a time frame where there's plenty of things to be afraid of, but we can't let that take our eyes off of Jesus. We can't let those things hit and drive us to the things of this world. Instead, when the fears come, let's make sure we're driven to God's Word. So our faith is built because we see Him for who He is, what He's done, what He is doing, and what He will do. Looking ahead to this next Sunday, we're going to be back in the book of Philippians, chapter 1, verses 15 through 18. And so last time we had a conversation here, we saw Paul's missionary report. This is a part of the letter where he's starting to explain what's happening. Last time we saw he had trials through circumstances. And this time we're going to see that the trials continue, but rather than them being trials through circumstances, there's trials with other people involved. And so we'll see how he responds and what things we can learn and how we can apply that to our own life. And in between now and then, let's be a people who turn to God's Word so our faith builds and our fear fades away. So church, you have a great rest of your week, and I look forward to seeing you back here Sunday morning at 9 a.m.